What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video to start the week off, man. Happy Monday. Hopefully, everything worked out for you guys bets-wise for the Super Bowl. I did take Tampa Bay +3, so it ended up being a great night for me bets-wise. Hopefully, everybody, all Kansas City fans can kind of, move on with life and hope for the best next year. All right. Anyways, so let's get straight into this high five. As you guys know, I like to get straight into it, straight to the point. My videos are only about 7 to maybe 10 minutes long. I get straight to the point. Don't waste your time too much. Literally just go through here, get your 5 plays, and go on about your day. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week in this channel. All right. Now, I will be choosing that winner and commenting the person's name down in the comment section. So once you come into this video, scroll down so you can see whoever the winner is. Okay. I forgot to grab the name before I started this video. So I will have to go back and get it after I'm done with the video, and I will put the person's name down in the comment section. All right. So scroll down to see if you're the winner. If not, go ahead and comment something to enter your name into next week's. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. We're going for 4 or 5 in a row today. I can't remember which one, honestly. I think it's 5, but it could be 4. I don't know. But either way, we're streaking in NBA. Let's keep it going. Let's have a great week. If we get through this week with it, that's 7 plus 4. That's 12 in a row if we can streak this week. So that'd be great. Anyway, let's get straight into it, man. Starting off first. Now, let me go ahead and just get this out of the way. OKC and Lakers game. Now, OKC is missing guys once again. They're incredibly thin. All right, OKC is still super duper thin, but their prices have come up. They're not huge value like they used to be before. All right, now, there is one guy that I have some interest in and could possibly be slept on tonight, and I think he has great possibility to shine here, and hear me out why. All right, first things first. Lakers are going to be without Anthony Davis and some other bench guys. No need to even really get into that. LeBron is probable he will play. AD is doubtful. Keep an eye on that. There's been plenty of times this year where a doubtful guy popped into playing, and it's so annoying, especially when they pop him into playing last minute. After all day, you're grabbing value from that player. But as of right now, okay, so on the Lakers side, let's talk about it. LeBron without AD always is great. Kyle Kuzma when AD's out is always great. Montez Harrell is going to get a bump. Mark Gasol will get a little bit of a bump. Here's the issue that I see here. This game should be an absolute blowout in Los Angeles. Okay? I'm expecting a big blowout. If you're expecting something different, I get you. It is what it is. Do your thing. But my problem here is that when we have a game like Washington Chicago on the slate that I'm expecting to stay competitive and super high scoring, it's hard for me to get a ton of exposure to this game. Okay? So with that said, with me thinking this game's going to be a blowout, and this is my beginning of the day thoughts, okay? The research I've done so far, it doesn't take much research to realize the Lakers should stomp. Even with AD out, they should stomp OKC with how thin they are and missing all of these guys, okay? But if the game stays close, LeBron James is going to have a huge game. Kuzma is going to have a huge game. Those are the two main guys that I'll have interest in, Kuzma and LeBron, with AD out. All right, on the other side, on the OKC side, I like Al Horford. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could end up good if this game stays close. But here's what I'm thinking. All right, and this could be slept on, and I'm hoping it is. Kenrich Williams. Now, here's my thought process. Kenrich Williams, regardless, is going to play over 30 minutes because this team is too thin. And Kenrich can run the point. Okay, so he can run guard spots. So he's going to play over 30 minutes regardless. Okay, regardless. Now, if the game ends up being a blowout, he's probably going to see over 35 minutes. Okay, so regardless of how this game goes, if the game stays close, Kenrich Williams is going to get 30 minutes at least because of how thin they are. If the game is a blowout, Kenrich Williams is going to get a ton of minutes. Okay, if this is a huge blowout, Kenrich is going to be out there a ton. Okay, now at the end of the day, the OKC team is incredibly thin, so regardless, I think they're going to have to play some of their guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're still going to have to play their guys decent minutes regardless. But Kenrich Williams is the guy that he is the cheap one on this team, at only 4-5, and I think he's going to get too many minutes to be only 4-5. Yes, he is up and down. He's not very consistent, but at the end of the day, when you get a guy like this who's going to be getting a ton of minutes, let's look at his last 3 games that he's been getting a ton of minutes. Okay? 30 against Houston, 20 against Minnesota, and 24 against Minnesota again. Okay? But the bright spot, 36 and 30 minutes the last 2 games. So expect to see 30 minutes or more here. And in a blowout situation, Kenrich Williams could end up doing very, very well against the bench squad of the Lakers. So Kenrich Williams is definitely somebody I have interest in for sure. Yeah, this is a sneaky play in my opinion. So I like Kenrich Williams a lot in this situation. Next up, Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine have got to make it in my high five. This is by far my favorite game of the night. Russell Westbrook is doubtful to play because of back-to-back. Obviously, keep an eye on that. But if he misses, Bradley Beal is a super lock at 9K. All right, plain and simple, super lock. We need 45 for 5X. Bradley Beal with no Westbrook is going to get that for sure. I could see a 60 bomb out of him against Chicago. Same thing against Zach LaVine. Missing Markkanen, missing Otto Porter. This game is too great not to grab these 2 stars in this game. Plain and simple. They're both missing players on their team. They're both getting a bump. They're both in just a great game environment. I love Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine a ton today. With that said, I want to find a value in this game, and that's going to be Denzel Valentine. Denzel Valentine is probably going to be starting again here, and at 4.8, he is fantastic. Even if you round him up to 5K, we need 25 for 5X. He has hit 30, 25, and 33 the last 2 games. All right, the game that he hit 30 and 25 first in, he only played 20 minutes. This last game against Orlando, when he entered the starting lineup, he played 37 minutes and got 33 Draftkings points against Orlando. So expect him to play a ton of minutes, and against Washington, this is the best matchup he's had so far. New York's defense has been decent this year. Orlando's defense is always pretty solid. So against Washington, he has 40-point upside. So Denzel Valentine might be one of my locks of the day. At 4.8, seeing that Markkanen and Otto Porter are still out. Valentine gets me exposure to this game at a cheap rate. So yeah, I'm probably going to have a ton of him, honestly, especially if he does get announced staying in the starting lineup, which I do expect to happen. I do expect him to be in the starting lineup. So he's a mega lock. All right? Yes, if you're asking yourself, should I play Valentine over Williams? Yes, you should. You should definitely prioritize Valentine over Williams. All right, the reason I like Kenrich Williams is because it's a super thin team. He's set in stone with his minutes, and it should be a blowout. So he should get a ton of run. And at 4.5, I can see a 30 out of him. That's all I'm saying. All right. Last but not least, once again, I know he hasn't been doing much for us, man, honestly. And I mean, it sucks to continue to just go back to him. But DeMarcus Cousins without Wood in the lineup, I mean, this guy's got a 50 bomb in him, and it's just waiting to come out. Okay? It is just waiting to come out. He got a 35 last game, which is kind of disappointing. We expect more out of him out of that. But if he gets 35, that's 5x of this price tag. Going against Cody Zeller. Zeller's had a great season so far this year. But DeMarcus Cousins is a beast. Okay? Cousins is the type of guy that if you fade this situation with no Wood, he's definitely the type of guy that you go look and see how guys are doing, and you see Cousins at like 25 at half, and you're like, fuck. I missed that. Or 30 at half. He's a guy who could go for 50. Okay, he definitely could. He hasn't lately, but he definitely could. Just look back at the games January 23rd and 26th when he started against Dallas and Washington. 58 and 50 in those 2 games. Just because he's been a little rocky lately, in his last start he only got 35 against San Antonio doesn't mean anything, okay? At the end of the day, DeMarcus Cousins is the type of guy who can break the slate at 7-1. Okay, so lock in DeMarcus Cousins. Don't get too cute with it. With Wood out, Cousins is fantastic. You know, he's going to get you 40 or more most likely here in this one. Don't sleep on him at all. All right, and that's it. That's the high five. So we got Kenrich Williams as our sleeper today for OKC. Very thin team. Going against the Lakers squad, they should get blown out. Either way, the team is thin, so guys are going to get minutes, but Kenrich Williams is a guy who is set for a ton of minutes, especially if a blowout in either way. All right. Regardless, this is the cheap guy on this OKC team that is thin, and he's going to get a ton of minutes here. Okay? A ton of minutes. So I love Kenrich Williams. Bradley Beal going against Chicago. I talked about it. LaVine, Beal, and Valentine. I love these guys because this is by far my favorite game on this slate. Okay? Both sides of this game cannot play defense. It is all offense in this game. It's going to be a fantastic game. This is the game I'm wanting a ton of exposure to, and I'm going to get exposure wherever I can. Now, they priced Bradley Beal incorrectly with Westbrook possibly sitting here on a back to back. If Westbrook misses, this is a super lock. If Westbrook plays, you're going to have to take some more time to think about it. But if Westbrook misses, super lock. Zach LaVine with Marketing and Otto Porter out. I mean, I don't have to explain that too much. I mean, the dude is incredible. All right, he's been playing lights out this year. He's a lock for 5x. If you round him up to 9, okay, he's a lock for 45 at least. I think he's a lock for 50. So Zach LaVine's fantastic. And then Valentine as a value option, it gets us exposure to this game. A starter in this game, yeah, it's just don't even think about it. He's locked. And DeMarcus Cousins, same situation. Look, I get he dropped 35 last game. Hopefully, my fingers are crossed that people get off of him because of it. Okay? But I don't know if they will. I hope they do. That would be awesome. But DeMarcus Cousins, I mean, this dude's got a 50 bomb in him at any moment, and I think it's going to be a huge game for him once again. So at 7-1 with no Wood in the lineup, love DeMarcus Cousins going against Charlotte. All right? And that's it, y'all. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's get number 4 or 5 in a row. Can't remember which one. But either way, we're streaking. All right? Let's streak this week. Let's get it. All right. Good luck, y'all. I'm out.